Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Brittany Summer, and I'm back with another recap of Abbott Elementary. Y'all stay tuned. Before we get into this recap, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Okay, you guys, this episode of Abbott Elementary is called Smoking, so let's get into this recap. This is a funny episode. So the description of this episode is basically after a student is caught smoking, the staff came together to revamp the outdated drug policy. And Janine tried to teach the new substitute teacher of her class, but basically found out that it's very challenging and she misses her former role of being her kindergarten class teacher. The beginning of the episode, it starts off with everybody outside because the smoke alarm went off, right? So everybody's outside. Janine is complaining about the substitute teacher and how she don't have the kids in line and like whatever. Gregory is talking about how his kids are so bored, they're dancing to Ring Around in the Rosie. So at that point, the firefighters come out and they're saying like, okay, there's a kid or somebody was smoking in the boys' bathroom. Principal Coleman and Melissa basically finds the kid, bring him outside, and asks him like, yo, where did you get your cigarette from? And the kid says, the guy around the corner sold it for me for $1. That's cheap as hell. Well, I guess he just wanted one, so. And then Ava says, well, you are in trouble because cigarettes are banned. And the kid says, well, not on any of the signs that I've seen. It's not banned. And they're like, what? So now everybody's in the main office trying to figure out why does none of the signs say no smoking or no cigarettes. So the next scene, it goes to the substitute teacher, Jessica. And Jessica tells her students, first of all, she calls them Bessies. And then one of the students asked her, do they need to capitalize the letters of the states, right? And Jessica says, no, the only needs we need is to drink water, shelter, and music. But at that point, she wasn't lying, but they still need to capitalize those, those states. At that point, though, Janine was standing by the door listening. Janine couldn't hold it in no more. She had to step in and correct the substitute. So she told the students, like, you guys, you actually do need to capitalize the names of the state because that's the correct way to do it for proper nouns, right? Because we all know this. I guess the substitute didn't give a fuck. But moving on, that's when they introduced each other. Janine told her name is Janine. And Jessica said, hey, my name is Jessica. And Janine was like, okay, nice to meet you, Jessica. And she was like, no. It's Jess and Ka. At this point, you could see the frustration in Janine's face because the substitute teacher, Jessica, also told the kids to call Janine by her first name, Janine. And Janine was like, no, you guys, it's Miss Teeds. But it was too late. The kids was calling her Janine. I had a feeling that Janine was going to miss being a teacher because one, she's always around. Two is like, okay, I get it. This is your class, but I'm a substitute. Like, let me teach your class. And Janine don't seem like, no. These still are my kids. It's actually not, honey. Not no more. So the next scene, it goes to the staff there in the break room, and they're talking about what they do at home to relax. So one, Janine, she smokes weed. Two, Jacob, he smokes vape pens. That's really, really not cool at all. Ava, she does hookah. Gregory does edible workout bars or healthy bars. Melissa, she does EBD oil. And of course, Barbara, she be drinking down champagne like it's no tomorrow. I'm not sure what Mr. Johnson does, but I think he smokes weed also. So as all of them is like discussing what's going on after hours, there's a little kid recording their conversation and he posted it on social media and it goes around the whole school and there's a wrap. Because now every time they're with a student or they're in their class, the kids have something to say. Jacob was in class and his students was basically making fun of him, talking about vaping is bad for you. What are you doing? When Janine was walking down the hall and she said hi to a kid, the kid was like, I bet you are. Like, they kids are wild. And then Barbara was in the middle of teaching her class, and her students were going to ask her if she's drinking some type of liquor in her little cup that she's sipping on. At that point, all the teachers felt like this shit's getting out of control. We need to figure this out. Janine had the idea to bring Fade. So Fade came to the school. Thinking it was going to be Tariq. Nope, is another guy, another white guy being basically acting like Tariq. Like, even worse though. Like, I'm not going to lie. This cat was off the edge. Like, what the hell? And a speaker came out to talk to the kids and answer any questions the kids had. And the kids had some questions. These students was throwing out questions left and right. And to be honest, I feel like the sponsor for the event did not know what the fuck to say because she was not giving the right answer. And I'm guessing it's not really a right or wrong answer, but she didn't give the proper answer. Like, she was just saying what was on her mind. So one kid was like, hey, my mom, she smokes weed that the doctor prescribed to her because of her glaucoma, something like that. And the lady was like, yeah, I guess that's okay if the doctor gave it to her, like, said she could do it. And they was like, so is some drugs good and some drugs bad? And if so, which one should we take? And she basically was like, okay, cigarettes. And everybody was like, nah, not cigarettes. And she was like, okay, maybe weed then. And everybody was like, what? Okay, weed. It just went sideways. Like, it was not good. So after the Fade assembly the teachers had to start checking the kids' bags, right? And which sucks, so now you got to go through kids' privacy and stuff like that. So now the principal is basically saying, yo, we got to expel the student that was smoking in the bathroom. And Gregory was like, yo, but he's a good kid. I don't think that's a good idea because we didn't even talk to him and find out, like, why was he smoking in the first place? Or do he even smoke? Or did he try it for the first time? Like, we never asked that. So him and Melissa went to go talk to the kid. And the kid basically told them, like, yeah, that was my first time trying it. I don't really like it. It don't taste good. It stinks. And I don't think I'm going to do it no more. And they was like, well, good. I'm glad you decided not to do it. You shouldn't do it. It's bad for you. I don't think the kid got suspended. Because after that conversation he had with Gregory and Melissa, they really didn't say what happened to him after that. One of the scenes that had me rolling in this episode was when Janine went back to the substitute, Jessica, and was trying to apologize of how she been behaving. And Jessica didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. She was like, well, I don't know what interactions we had for this conversation, but, like, I know clearly you did something wrong, and I forgive you. And she basically said that she's not even gonna be here for long. This was her last week. It was basically boring, and she won't be returning. My thing is, if Janine gonna do that to every substitute that comes, is there gonna be a substitute that she does like, or is she just gonna come back teaching? Like, because you clearly can't do both, but, like, girl, you can't be doing that to every substitute that comes in the building. So at the end of the episode, everybody was basically surrounding Jacob and basically telling him, encouraging him to give up on raping and throw his rape pen in the trash. So Jacob throws the pen in the trash, and everybody was like, go, Jacob, you did a good job, you could do this. And Jacob jumped right in the trash can to get the rape pen, and he got it. Like, no, Jacob, you cannot. But the good thing is he found a substitute for raping, and it's basically an air pen, and it's basically him sucking the air, and it looks like he might be addicted to that shit too. Okay, you guys, that was my recap of Abbott Elementary. The episode was called Smoking, episode 4. Please, you guys, like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate all the love and support. And see you guys next week. Peace.